So I was in school today, right? Or the concentration camp, as we call it. And we have like periods where we study 3 courses for 3 months, and then we study 3 courses for the next 3 months, the quarter of the year, right? And it was just 1 day of fall break. But I'm starting to think we could have just done that in 1 month, or 2 months, or 1 week. If I studied 100%, like really hard, I easily could have gotten an excellent on all of those courses in 1 week, at least 2 weeks, easy. And so the timelines that you set on yourself are often very artificial and without any base in real life. Like, you think about, let's say you're gonna do something, right? You're gonna learn how to do a handstand, and you might have some sort of idea of how long it's gonna take, and it's probably it's gonna take probably like 6 months, 3 to 6 months, because that's what you've heard. But if you actually put in the effort, then I've realized that things take much shorter time than it should. I mean, I've done this with languages. I've done this with Excel. When I learned Excel, I learned Python in like few days to a pretty good level. So just don't sell yourself short like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was in school today, and we're starting a new course called Strategy. It's called Strategy. It's some bullshit. It's some just people coming up with a bunch of ideas, right? And there's no basis in reality, and it all comes down to this: what car is the teacher driving? Like, what color is your Bugatti? That's what all of life comes down to, which is essentially proof. Like, do you have proof of what you're doing? And if the person doesn't have that, or at least isn't trying to achieve something and putting all his effort into it, then don't listen to that person. Don't listen to it. He doesn't have any authority just because he's got some PhD or some, even not that, just some master's degree or whatever that these teachers have. Then we did data analytics, which is pretty useful, you know. But during the strategy course, I wasn't even listening, because it's so obvious what they're saying. They're just putting different names on it, right? So I was just working on our company, designing these ammo boxes that we're selling. I've started to produce them now. And then when I went, like the class ended, and I was supposed to go home, and I got caught up in some conversation. You can easily waste 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours on silly conversations, but don't do that. Have in mind, you don't have to have a clearly crystallized purpose in mind, but at least have some sort of idea of what you're trying to get out from that situation. And if you're realizing that you're just talking to a bunch of nerds about something, debating some issue, debating people on taxes or whatever, then you're just wasting your time. And you should realize that, because you can very easily get dragged into these social interactions, especially if you're not entirely an introvert. And then I went home, I went on the bus, and there was some baby crying, which is like the sound I hate the most out of all the sounds in the world, like some baby crying on the bus. I had to put gangster rap on my ears. I know my brother doesn't agree with that, but
it's a bit gay, I think.
Yeah, but I put it on just on loud volume, just to shut out the fucking noise, because that noise has been scientifically proven to lower men's testosterone. It's why they get a dad bod when they get kids, and that's also why we need to make a lot of money. Like, we need, as men, we need to do that, because there's 3 paths that you have. The first path is just don't have any kids at all, and then you basically die, right? Your genetic heritage dies off. That would be a shame. Imagine you're the last person in your bloodline. That would be like embarrassing. Or you can do like a lot of people, just have kids, take care of the kids as a dad, change fucking diapers, hear the screaming sound of kids that make your testosterone go down, and be a cuck like I've talked about earlier. Or you can have big dreams and make up so much money that, you know, you don't have to take care of them, at least for the first few years when they're just screaming. And then when the boys grow up, when they're like 5, 6, you can take them to wrestling camp or MMA camp. They can learn about the world, learn about finances, learn to make money, whatever they want to do. But the overarching message I want to give is, don't let people tell you what you can or can't do, because there's a lot of, like, if I were to say that I want to have a bunch of kids and I'm not going to be with them that much, I'm going to solve it with money, and you know, people see that as sort of unrealistic. Well, it's unrealistic if you don't put in the effort, but if your goals don't frighten you, then they're not big enough. But you should be even more frightened of what happens if you don't achieve those goals. Like, I see life for 99% of people as just so miserable that I want to vomit just by thinking about it. So I'm scared of that, and that's why I have such high goals, and you should too.